Greetings all, 'tis your boy, and this probably could have been alive. It's just I don't feel quite up to it to hold a conversation. So yeah, this will be a bit of a departure from my more pointed videos with actual topics because I'm floundering. And I hope the noise in the background is green noise. I listen to it to help me relax and calm down a bit because I've just been having a hard time with not so much being present within the moment as being present in myself, which it sounds like the same fucking thing, but it's not. It's not. It's the difference between depersonalization and derealization. So everything feels pretty real at the moment, but I don't feel connected to myself. And so it's just been a lot. It's been difficult to traverse. And it slowed down everything that I do. Everything that I do has been affected by this, but especially doing my videos and just generally making content. I have a hard time concentrating and staying on task and not even really procrastinating, as I feel like every second feels like a fucking eternity, yet the days go by so quickly I can't even keep track. It's disorienting. And so it's affected my ability to just do anything. And I feel as though the nights no longer belong to me. As a creature of the night, I am very much not a morning person or a day person. I don't really wake up, mentally wake up and feel I don't know, energized to do things until maybe 4 or 5 in the afternoon. I just pretend like I'm a person that can function during the day. But now I can't function at any time. And it is dizzying. And sometimes I'm scared that this is it. I remember a while back Dig telling me that I'm the best thing to happen to him in his life. And in that moment, it was mostly confusing. And I think it's because I want to be an optimist. But it comes off as me being pessimistic. That what I have now isn't good enough. That the world isn't good enough for me. But I'd like to think that the best thing to ever happen to me has yet to happen to me. Because so far, it's just been it hasn't met expectation. And whether or not that makes me sound like, I don't know, an asshole or ungrateful, it really doesn't matter, because it doesn't change the way that I feel. But I like to hope that the best thing that's happened to me has yet to happen to me, because this isn't great. Kinda sucks. And then it makes me think about just people and how shitty I've come to understand the world to be. And it's because of people. And it's really odd to me that it's seemingly difficult to be a good person. It's seemingly difficult to be kind. Because more people would do it if it was easy. And I try not to attribute to malice what can be attributed to incompetence, ignorance, selfishness. I try, but it's really fucking hard. But maybe it's because I just find it so easy to help people. It's really easy to do. And I wonder, like, does it take out of people to do kindnesses to others, to see a stranger and want their life not to be horrible or not to be mildly inconvenient? Do people think about that kind of stuff? Like, sometimes I'll be at the gym and I'll see someone come into the locker room and I don't know, I just feel this like welling in my chest. Especially if it's an older lady. I feel this like I need to say something. I need to say something to her to make her smile. Like, I have to. Or I just need to reach out and let her know it's okay. And I don't feel it all the time, but I don't know what it is. Like, maybe some people radiate something, or maybe I'm just a person that feels like anytime I see someone else, I just need to, all interactions must be positive. I don't know. But I find it exceedingly easy to be kind and pleasant. And maybe that says more about me than it does about the world. And it's really odd because I know it's not coming from a place of empathy, not at least in the conventional sense, like maybe like cognitive empathy. But you need a thread for cognitive empathy. You need some kind of communication, some kind of data to be interpreted. There needs to be some reasoning happening in order to exercise cognitive empathy. It's different from, like, I guess, emotional empathy, where people just feel shit. I don't just feel shit. Or maybe I do. Or maybe I'm trying to. I don't know. But I always found it really, really, I don't know, selfish, ironic. Maybe interesting that there are so many people that profess to be empaths, that they feel so much for everyone in the world, that they are so plugged into the human condition and so receptive and perceptive of how other people are feeling, like it's some kind of fucking superpower. Yet those same people are the most thoughtless motherfuckers on the planet. They'll talk up and down about how being an empath, it's just so rewarding. It's so existentially, like, just transcendent. And they're some of the most inconsiderate fucking people I've ever experienced being around. Like, I run into a lot of empaths that, like, they talk about being, like, so fucking giving, but they only know how to take. But maybe I'm working on a different scale. Because all that I'm working with, as far as, like, my mental bandwidth, my spoons, what I use to, like, interact with other people, with the world, with my own thoughts, we're working on a tiny fucking scale. I have so little at any given moment because I am constantly using my emotional stores to mask. I'm always masking. I mask at myself. So much so that I don't know who the fuck I am. I mean, I know who the person that I have created is for the most part, but I don't recognize that person as me. Like, looking at myself right now, I have a really hard time reconciling my thoughts, my consciousness with my fucking face. That's always kind of scary to me. I'm not entirely certain why it's scary. I guess because I so much rely on myself and see not just myself, but the self, the concept of self to be so important. It's more important than any relationship that I have with anyone. It's the only one that really matters, at least to me. My relationship with myself is the most important one I have. And at the moment, it is not fractured or fragmented, it's skewed. It's like when you go to the optometrist and get an eye exam and they ask you like if one or two is easier to see, 1 or 2, which one? Oh, it's 2. Okay, now 3 or 4. 3 or 4, and now you can't fucking see shit. Like, it's so fucking blurry. Let's go back to 1 and 2. But I don't know how to get back there. I might have crushed the lenses. And maybe I need to move on to 5 and 6. See if those are any better. Because I feel like the lens with which I look at myself has, I don't know, it's no longer my prescription. And I can't see myself anymore. I mean, I can, but I don't. I want to write. Like, I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of feelings that in the past I would reconcile myself with by writing. That's like the great equalizer. It is what allows me to exist without wanting to fucking scream every second. And I literally say it all the time, and I have to I literally shush myself. I probably do it, maybe 10 to 20 times a day where I literally shush because I have thoughts in my head that are not constructive or productive. And so, just tell myself to be quiet. And it typically works alright. It's like the whiteboard. I can write something up on the board and erase it, and it won't bother me for a week or so. But some of the more pervasive thoughts, the thoughts of just wanting to scream, those keep coming back. They don't stop. They're pretty stubborn. And so it's several times a day I have to write it out on the board or just shush myself. The thoughts of worthlessness, and recently I've thought about how ugly I am, like kind of a lot. I mean, I think it's kind of a thought that I've had since I was a little kid that became a principle. in like a concept that has its own system of being. And so the little thoughts like you're ugly, you're worthless, those things, they never really got to me because they were just little minions sent out from this fucking monolith of self-hate. And I think I've endeavored to dismantle the monoliths, but the little fucking guys, they're still scrounging around up there. And in a way, it's just as difficult. And I know that sounds kind of ridiculous, like bringing down a whole system of hate seems like it's a lot more work than working on individual little thoughts, but there's more thoughts than there are systems. And they're just scattered everywhere. And anytime I have an experience, it's like lifting up a rock and it's just covered in bugs. And all the bugs are just little thoughts about how shitty I am, how inauthentic I am, how pointless my life is. And that can be just as grating as the monolith. And there's a lot of little things. And it's kind of taking its toll. I have so many thoughts that I just need to get the fuck out of my head. And like some of them are good. But it's hard to even reach those. To like explore them. Because there's so much just congestion. Too many bugs. Too many things to write on the whiteboard. But like I said before, I'm going to try. And I think the best way to do that is to write. So I'm going to try to do like an entry every day. And hopefully that will help me to coalesce thoughts so that I can make more content. And I feel like I have some organization to all the things that are going on in my head because there's just so much. And I often feel like I don't have anyone to talk to that kind of expands me. But maybe it's because I don't have enough of a connection to me to benefit from that. So I'll write. I think writing will get me to 5 and 6 get a new prescription, maybe a new whiteboard. And I'm not crying. My eyes are watering because I used my eye drops before I went to bed. These were actually fucking amazing. They're really good for dry eye. If you suffer from dry eye, they're really good. They're really expensive, but they're extremely effective. Yeah. But I think I'll end it here. I was trying to have a, I don't know, more relaxing conversation, but I'm such a negative fucking Nancy. I apologize. I always get caught up on some bullshit, and I feel like when people talk about the people that you see on social media, that those personalities, influencers and stuff, they have far worse lives, or they're kind of hiding all of the turmoil that they're going through. And I feel like I'm a person that is probably the opposite. Like, while my life is pretty mundane, it's pretty mediocre. My existence is mediocre as fuck. It's not bad, I don't think. But if you went from all you see on my channel, you would think probably I lead a life that's not so great. And I mean, it isn't so great, but it's not bad. I don't think. I hope things get better. I hope I'm putting myself in the position to one day experience the best thing to ever happen to me. This is the first time I've ever done this. Living. And so, who the fuck knows? Yeah, I'll end it here for real. And hopefully I'll get some sleep. I got a new mattress topper. I'm really hoping it works. Fingers motherfucking crossed. And if I don't sleep well tonight, I have a mattress topper and a second mattress topper. I have like the memory foam one, and then on top of that I have a cloth, like down substitute one. So I'll take the down substitute off if I don't sleep well, because the memory foam is the clencher. That's the spice. That's what you want. It's softer than the down and down substitute because it reacts to your body heat, and that's why it's so fucking soft. And so as it heats up, it kind of, you melt into it. The people talk about feeling like they're melting into bed. It's the memory foam. The down substitute is just fluff. It doesn't really respond to your body heat. It's the memory foam that makes the difference. So I'm hoping either combination is going to be effective. Tomorrow will be better. It will. Y'all be good.